Hiya, welcome back to Budgeting Beans. My name is Emily and today I'm doing my December, what's it called? Bullet journal with me? I don't know. But before I get into that, I do want to do a quick flip through of November. This is the spread I did. If you want to see how I set it up, I do have a video and I'll try to remember to link it in the description. But as you can see, I didn't use some of these too much, these trackers. I did keep on track of updating this as often as I could, so that was good. I only managed to wake up once at 5:30 and that happened to be today, because today is November 30th, and that was thanks to my parents' cat who decided to vomit next to my head this morning, which not a great way to start your morning. Anyways, this I've not filled out just yet, just because I haven't had the chance to go through my finances since my last video that went up, the scrapping my finances. So this is gonna have a big change. That's gonna be sadly a lot smaller. And then hours, I need to put that in. 8:30. Oh wait, no, I started at 8 today, didn't I? 8 to 5. What is that? I'll write it in later. I think it's 8.5. Yeah, 8.5. Cool, that's that one then. And then here is my running tracker. I still need to do that. Booking the Rosebud Marathon. I did use this. I was a bit worried I wasn't going to use it as much as I wanted, but I did. I did not complete either of those, I don't think. Oh no, I did complete the attend 4 runs, but I did not do 2 runs separate to the runs. Only managed 1. And then my goodbye November. I don't know if I'm going to do this again next, like this month coming in December. But yeah, I might give it a go. Anyways, so December, today's big topic. So my general theme is like gingerbreads at house or like sweets, because that is the vibes I'm feeling this winter. And I'm going to try and insert a couple clips here or somewhere if I can of my inspiration from Pinterest. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get straight into this. It'll be all time-lapse. I'm gonna try and do a voiceover if I'm any good at it. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Hey, so here I am a week later, finally filming this voiceover. I do apologise, it's taken me so long to do this. I did want to get this video up a lot sooner. But so I'm here now, I'm doing it now, and I'm just gonna get straight into it. As I mentioned, this spread was gingerbread themed. I do have the odd candy cane and holly leaves and all that spread throughout. I've even gone as far as adding in a quote page, which you can see here. And the intention for this spread was to do it all hand-drawn. However, I discovered I did not have the right shade of brown pen. So I've ultimately decided to use craft paper as I did last month. And I think it's turned out very well. Obviously, rather than drawing it, colouring it in with the brown pens, I have in pencil outlined the shapes I wanted, in this case gingerbreads, trees, hearts, hats, even a house, and then gone over that with the Jelly Roll 08 white pen, just to give it the icing effect that I wanted. And I've cut that out, normal pair of scissors, just cut it out, not quite on the line, just so it had that outlined iced effect. And yeah, I've repeated this what's it called, that's not right. I've repeated the gingerbread cookies throughout the entire video. Same with the candy canes. Sweets, this thing is it's everything for me right now. The darker pens I've used here, I've taken from my mom's art supply, so I couldn't tell you what brand they are. However, whenever I fill in each of them, I've used the zebra midliner double-ended green and the double-ended red, just for those, like, the variety in tone. I didn't want it all looking the same. And then for the quote, because in my reference images I did like that one of them had a quote, I've used the quote, "In December we've reached the end of the year, but it's also In December we've reached the end of the year, but it also brings the start of something new." And I thought that was a great way to start the year. Overall, for this cover spread, it did take me 24 minutes to colour it. That does not include time to sketch out or come up with how I wanted it, with the exception of filling in the December quote. I do kind of wish I'd filled that in black. No, outlined it in black, coloured it in green. But you learn as you go. So following up my cover page, I've got the calendar page, which, unlike November, I've decided to do this on a completely separate spread. It gave me a bit more space to fill in what I have going on, which for December it is a lot more. And I decided that I was going to do all the outlines in black, which is what I'd regretted not doing on the previous spreads on just for December. And then I did all the accents in the reds and the greens. I used the darker shades, the ones I've borrowed from my mother. And then I've gone in colouring things in with all my lighter shades, as previously mentioned. And I did fill in all my numbers, which you'll see in a minute. I filled this in with white. I kind of wish I'd gone with the black. However, you learn as you go, as I said. You learn as you go. And I've got some more gingerbread craft paper, I don't know, that I'm going to stick in just to complete this spread. And this spread took me 31 minutes, so this was the one that took me the longest to do, but I definitely think it was worth it. It's definitely my favourite spread. Okay, so I've tried to voice over this section 3 times now. I can't seem to get it. I keep forgetting to press start or something. It's ridiculous. But these 2 spreads are my quick glance notes page. It's mostly a filler. And my habit tracker. For the notes page, as I said, quick glance. I didn't want to ruin my calendar spread with bills. So I've come up with the quick glance just so I know when I've got a bill coming out, how much I need it by, just the basic everyday boring stuff. And then down the side of that page I've also got my goals list and my notes. The goals, I do it every month. How many runs I want to do, just the life stuff, my goals for life. And then notes are just, again, it's more boring stuff, just important dates, or I think I've mentioned my new menu at work coming out. I've got that listed. But yeah, it's mostly a filler page, not my favourite. Both these pages together took me 10 minutes, and yeah, not my favourite. Habit tracker I found on Pinterest, and I wanted to try and replicate it as best I could because I wanted to try it out. I'll see if I can find the image, but I don't think I'd saved it. I think I was just drawing as I went, because obviously I sketched these out prior to filming, because otherwise I'd be sat there for who knows how long, because this video took me I think 3 hours to film. I think I specified at the end of the video how long it took me. I was exhausted when I was filming. So candy canes, all that's going in. And then on the quick glance, I think I've mentioned on the calendar page I did white numbering, but on this one I used black numbering just to see which one I preferred. I think aesthetically I prefer the white, however in terms of ease of read, the black one was definitely the better pick. And yeah, this spread is pretty much done. That took me 20 minutes. So this one here is completely new to me. I've never done anything like this before. It's a Christmas playlist and a gift list, because I've got a problem of overbuying for people for Christmas, and I needed somewhere to track things to make sure I bought everything. I think I overbought for my sister this year, and I overbought for my mother. But then I've also overspent on my sister's girlfriend and I think my little cousin, Indy. I'm not entirely sure. But these 2 pages, again, I found on Pinterest. I find everything on Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I'll see about linking my Pinterest in the description. However, I should pre-warn you that my Pinterest was made when I was 13. That's a question mark. I think I was 13. But yeah, it's these ones, there's no craft paper, it's just reds and greens. And these 2 pages together took me 17 minutes and 30 seconds to fill in. Once again, that does not include sketching in time, or I suppose idea generation wasn't as relevant. However, I did have to take the time to decide what shapes go where, how I want it laid out, and the bows were an impulsive thing that I did in the moment. And that is those complete, and at this point is when I realised I forgot to light my candle, which I'd bought specifically for this video. And now I'm working on my December savings tracker. I've been using this tracker for years, honestly, probably since my first bullet journal in 2020. I love this tracker, I will always use it. And then the work schedule I've been using since April this year, I'm not entirely sure. But I started using it this year and I love it. It's a great way of tracking what hours I've been doing. And to tie in the gingerbreads, I did use the craft paper like last month to just make it more, not inclusive, that's not the word I'm after, but you get the point. And then again, the reds and the greens, I've got the green titles, so the numbering is all in red. And that is it. These trackers took me 10 minutes to do. And then moving on, I've got my weekly spreads. As you know, last month I did not do my weekly spreads. I was trying to get back into bullet journaling, and I believe that I can keep up with the weekly spreads now, so here I am doing them. And yeah, so this one took me 15 minutes to do, and I did include, I think there's 8 days on this page. Yeah, 8 days. Just because the month started on a Sunday and I track from Monday onwards. And I just wanted to have that first day of the month in there. Just because otherwise, if the first day wasn't in there, I was not going to use a spread. And I desperately wanted to. And again, the holly berries have come out, the peppermints, everything. I've decided I was going to try out the craft paper squares, because I'm outlining each of the days with a black pen, but on a few of them throughout all of the weekly spreads, they will have the craft paper box. And that's just because I wanted to tie in the craft paper from the gingerbreads. And I love it. It's stunning. The only problem is, now that I've used it for about a week now, I've noticed that the ribbons in the journal, they keep catching on the craft paper. It pulls up the edges. That's my only complaint so far. So you can see at this point that this is back to the 7 days weekly spreads. I've filled in that empty space that previously had the first day of the month in with some holly berries, some candy canes, and you'll see what I do further on in the video. The first week I used a bit more of a red theme. Each of the weeks I numbered with the red pen. However, this week I've alternated to the green pen, and I'll continue that throughout the entire month. Okay, so on this week I did forget to make a gingerbread house out of craft paper. The intention was to have each week have various aspects of the overall theme, and this week was supposed to have a gingerbread house, but at the time of making them I was exhausted. I think I have a tendency to film these videos after work, and today's my odd day off, so I'm not as tired filming this voiceover, but when filming videos or prepping for the videos, it's always after work, so I'm always exhausted. And I think I'd gotten to midnight and I still hadn't made that last gingerbread, so I'm going to try and make it off camera, stick it in at some point before I get to that week, but it's looking unlikely. And as you've seen, I have erased where it says gingerbread house, just because I was a little bit embarrassed and I wanted to just fill it in so you couldn't tell that I made that mistake. Obviously I've outed myself, but here we are. So these spreads, all of the weekly spreads, they took me 38 minutes. And then this is my closing spread of December and also for the year. So I have my last 2 days of the month because they're a Monday and a Tuesday, and so rather than do a whole weekly spread for that, I've just done the 2 days and I've done my closing. Underneath the 2 days I have done my running section, which if you watched my November video you saw I did for the first time and I loved it. So I've decided I'm doing that again. I'm going to fill it in as I have been filling it out, and I'm going to use it in hopes of being more on track with my running. Yeah, I really did like how this spread came out. So the original plan here was to leave this blank, but I thought, ooh, this could use some colour, so it's now green. And because it was green, I decided I was going to do even more colour. So on the closing of the month, I've alternated red and green, as you can see me doing now. And that was just for, I can't even remember what they are. I can't read it on the screen right now because pencil. But I wanted to have a picture from 2024 that makes me happy, because I've had, I won't lie, a pretty bad year. So I wanted to have finish it off with something that has made me happy, and I thought that was the best way to go about it. I've also done a rate my year, something that's made me happy, and my biggest challenge of the year. That's what I wanted to close the year doing. And yeah, so I will see you on the closeout, which will be in just a second. And that is that. Hold on. Okay, now that's that. That took forever. I'm not done because I haven't written in the days. What is it? Red. '30th and 31st. There. That is 2024 done. I'm sure VoiceOver me did an excellent job in describing all of this. Yeah, I'm loving this page the most, closely followed by this one. The rest of them are just okay. This took almost 3 hours to do, and I think it's alright. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's video and hope you stick around for more in the future. Bye!